So, like on New Year's Eve, we have what we call watch night service. And so what happens is, like, it starts usually at 10 or 10:30. You stay in service until until midnight, maybe a little bit after. And you watch the new year come in together in church with the Lord. And so usually on those nights it's not one person that'll bring the message. It'll be like a platform. And so there'll probably be like six or 6 or 7. No, it'll be I'm right. It'll be seven platform speakers. And so everybody has like a certain amount, and they'll probably give you about 7 minutes. Everybody gets about 7 minutes, and they'll give you different things to preach about, whatever part of the scripture they want to give you, whatever seal that you have. And so so each person knows that you have the time that you have. Again, it could be 7 minutes or less, but definitely not 7 minutes or more, because one thing that you quickly learn is that you only do the things that they ask you to do, and then you sit down. That's it. No more, no less. Everybody doesn't always get the memo. And so you can imagine 7 out of 7 people, it's always somebody who's gonna go under their time, which is fine. There's always also going to be somebody that goes over their time. And so my cousin, we were at my cousin, he's a pastor in his church, and my cousin, one year we were there. It was us and maybe one other church, and we had a couple of speakers from each church. And so he said, when it was time for them to start, he said, all right, we're going to start calling you up in the order that you're supposed to be in. He's like, make it, you know what your time is. And once you hit your time limit, you got to sit down. Or, when we start playing the music, the band will start playing, softly when you're winding down, maybe your last 30 seconds. And then as they begin to get louder, that it's time to cut it. Yeah, maybe about the last 60 seconds. So yeah, that it's time to sit down. And so you would think that everybody knew and would just abide by the rule, but of course that wasn't the case. So there was so one of the ladies, one of the missionaries from his church, she had gone, I think, somewhere in the middle, and so she's doing it, then the band starts playing soft, and they're it's oh, okay, all right, so we just sit, you're sitting in your seat just oh, and so so then probably 30 seconds in, it begins to get louder. Next thing but she's still going strong. It seems like she's only in the middle of what she's actually saying. And so her minute is up. That last minute is up. And they're playing full value. And and she refused to sit down. I don't want to say refuse, because not you know what I'm saying? Not they were trying to tell her to sit down and she wasn't doing it. But you know that you're over your time. And you know what I'm saying? Because the music is dumb loud. And she, you know what I'm saying? If she's, using the music to her advantage, she, you know what I'm saying? She's preaching now. And so, my cousin ended up, he's in the pulpit. He's okay, you know what I'm saying? So everybody, he stood up. Everybody's oh snap! What's getting ready? What's getting ready to happen? And so, he just right in the middle of what she was saying, he had the sound person like straight cut the mic, like, maybe it was just funnier in real time, but it was like, yo, I mean, she was still, you know, and so like he came up, goes to the pulpit, like, you know, all right now, you know, and you know what I'm saying, like, and it was just, it was the most hilarious thing. There was also somebody there. It was like a husband and wife. I don't want to say duo because they didn't do the same. They weren't working on one together. They each had a different seal, and so they, like her. Okay, so the lady went first, and then like the guy, he was going afterward. But you know, she was like, you know, she went over her time as well, and she, you know, she was like, oh, it's okay. I'm just taking some of my husband's minutes. I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. I think he's supposed to do what he's supposed to do and sit down. But yeah, so like I said, rule of thumb, particularly in the Kojic church, whatever you're asked to do, just do it, and that's it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, get asked to read a scripture. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, you know, I'm going to read a scripture. I'm going to put some steak on it. No. Don't do that. Just do what you're asked to do and sit down. I promise you that everything will be fine. And that's my church kid story.